Hi, and welcome to TTV News. I'm Julia Yepes.
And I'm Brandon Hubbard. Our first story highlights the Brockport College's Habitat for Humanity chapter. The organization brings people together to build simple, affordable housing for people in need.
The organization builds once a month in Rochester, and every March the students spend their spring break constructing homes in Florida and Connecticut. This spring break, students travel to Florida. President of the organization, Tamika Shell, says it's her third time going on the Habitat trip to Florida.
Between the dates of March 14th and March 20th, the Collegiate Challenge was taking place in Miami, Florida. And our Collegiate Challenge is where, kind of like an alternative spring break for colleges across the nation, where they go on their spring break and we would build houses for low-income families. This year we chose Miami, Florida. In the past years we've done other states and other parts of Florida. We built for 4 days. We built Tuesday through Friday. We did a lot of reflections at night. So every time we come back from a build or an event that day, we would reflect on it. And some of the reflections were kind of deep, and they're really good reflections that the volunteers came up with. It was a very rewarding experience. This is my third trip down with Habitat for our local chapter.
What a rewarding spring break.
Yeah, and what a selfless way to spend it too.
And now on to world news. Air pollution has become a serious health problem in France. This past week, Paris had the dirtiest air in the world. French authorities have imposed strict transportation rules banning odd number plates on certain days, but public transportation is free until the smog goes down. Attempts to reach an agreement over Iran's nuclear program are still underway. Talks in Switzerland between Secretary of State John Kerry and Iran's Mohammad Javad Zarif tried to negotiate on the deal's terms. President Obama has advised Kerry to remain in talks past the deadline. Sources say that the common outline has been established, but fine-tuning lies ahead. More details have emerged about German Airlines' Germanwings Flight 4U-9525's crash in the French Alps. German prosecutors have found results for suicides searched in the co-pilot's computer. All 150 people on board lost their lives when the plane nosedived into the mountains. And in national news, Indiana lawmakers are proposing changes to the religious freedom law recently signed into action. The law caused national scrutiny last week when it allowed companies to discriminate against gay, lesbian, transgender employees. Legislators hope to vote on the changes this week. We'll be right back.
When I came to college, I thought I knew what I wanted to do. But as the time went on, I realized I had no idea and started panicking because I had no idea what I wanted to do with my future. I tried this and that, but had no luck. But Brockport made it easy to get involved, gain experience, and gain knowledge with all their different options, and before I knew it, the panic was gone. Because of Brockport, I was able to find what I was passionate in, and also gave me the strength, courage, and confidence to excel and get a jump start into my career.
I'm Sean Swanson, and I attend the College of Brockport.
Welcome back. Thursday, March 26th, Brockport held their 13th annual International Festival. Our reporter, Alan Taylor, has more on the cultural festivities that occurred that evening.
I'm Alan Taylor reporting for Talent Television. I'm here at Brockport College 13th Annual International Festival, where students, faculty, and community members are gathering to experience cultures from around the world. Brockport started an event back in 2001. Each year, international students showcase their cultures in a variety of ways. This year's event was hosted by Dylan George and Gazelle Giederson. Once the crowd was settled, the host introduced various performers. Brockport history professor Catherine Clark says the festival was a great experience for students.
Here to the American experiences you can get and still be abroad. And I like that this displays all the different ways that international education at Brockport reaches out to places where people might not think of going, but this makes it more real and it helps them picture. I could go to Indonesia, I could go to Africa, I could go to these other places, and I could also welcome people from these places here in my hometown. So I think that's really important.
Over 200 people attended the sold-out event. This year's theme was a celebration of holidays from around the world, a multicultural extravaganza. Spectators watched a performance like a traditional lion dance, Indonesian dancing, and Sankofa drumming. Brockport student Reza Kennedy and Tatiana Bennett experienced the festival from different perspectives.
I participated in the Sankofa performance. I was playing the drums, and as I looked into the audience, you know, it's like a diverse crowd, and it's like good energy. Food's really good.
And me being in the audience, I enjoyed it too. It was very entertaining, and I learned a lot too about different cultures, Chinese culture, African culture. It was really good, really good.
The International Festival was a big hit this year. Combining comedy, culture, and creativity, the hosts and performers kept the audience entertained. For TTV, I'm Alan Taylor.
Thanks, Alan.
Those performances were done so well. It looks like the crowd really enjoyed themselves.
Yeah, some very diverse cultures going on there. Is there anything else going on campus, Julia?
I feel like there's always something going on campus. We recently had a very interesting event that was held in the Edwards Hall. Thursday, March 26th, Brockport's Sexual Orientations United for Liberation, also known as the Soul Organization, had transgender comedian Allison Grillo visit from New York City. Grillo is also an activist. She uses comedy to raise awareness on the discrimination towards the transgender community.
I first started wearing makeup or carrying a purse. I didn't care what people thought of me because I didn't have anything to lose. Brockport really supported me, and I really thank them for believing in my comedy and for helping me by having me here.
We'll be right back.
Why is this guy dressed like a girl? Such a freak.
I'm pretty sure my mom had the same skirt. #disgusting.
To the guy wearing a dress right now, keep doing you. Your legs look better than mine.
Welcome back. Each weekend, the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary Church holds a special Mass for the Hispanic community of Brockport. This past week, a special service was held in honor of Palm Sunday. In addition to the sermon, attendees walked around the church to music and held palm branches representing Jesus' arrival in Jerusalem. Church musician Eduardo Rodriguez says the community is accepting of the Hispanic community.
I was born and raised in Mexico City. I lived in Brockport in New York State for 37 years. And I've been coming to church for almost 20 years. Brockport is a nice town, and we feel welcome here. People, all kinds of people, different races, we all get along.
The churches are very open. Certainly the Catholic Church is very welcoming. Yeah, the community is pretty good with the Mexican population as far as I can see.
A 2012 census on the village found that the Hispanic population was the second largest at nearly 4%. It's great to know everyone in the community feels accepted, even in the case of a language barrier.
That must have been a beautiful Mass since it was Palm Sunday.
It really was. I'm really excited to see what Easter holds.
Speaking of Easter, everyone seems to be getting their Easter chocolate at local sweet shop Seaward's Candy. Reporter Emily Burkhardt has more.
The calendar says spring is here, but the weather shows otherwise in Brockport. With Easter just around the corner, local business Seaward Candies is preparing for their busiest time of the year. Seaward specializes in chocolate of nearly any size and shape you can think of.
I'm the owner-operator of this business. I'm actually the chief candy maker, too. All the chocolates that are in here I've made myself at a plant that's actually in Holly, 7 miles west of here in the next town over. We started there in 1976, and we opened up here in 2002. We still make all the chocolates in Holly, and we use the original recipes from the 70s. And actually, a lot of the equipment that we process on is equipment from the 70s. At least half of the chocolate in the shop is made one piece at a time, dropped out by hand with a teaspoon, if you can imagine that.
Ingram says the holiday seasons are extremely important for the business.
Easter's definitely our busiest time of the year. For the Easter season, we do at least a third of our annual business. We're open 360 days a year, but we probably only profit about 15, and we're in the middle of those right now.
Each holiday, Ingram creates a special chocolate statue to raffle off. This Easter was a giant bunny that cost nearly $300.
Yeah, each year we give away a 3-foot-tall chocolate Easter bunny. It weighs between 20 and 25 pounds. It's over 50,000 calories. So if you were to eat that, you could survive off it for a month as long as you drank plenty of water and took a vitamin at least once a week.
Reporting for TTV, Channel 19 Brockport, I'm Emily Burkhardt.
Thanks, Emily. Whoever wins that giant chocolate bunny is really lucky.
Yeah, I think I might go there after this and put my name in the raffle. That was a great story to end today's newscast. For all of us here at TTV News, thanks for joining us.